Welcome, Thirsty Pups. Casey, Shay, back here getting ready for big game 3 tomorrow. But before we dive into the game and talk a little bit of stats, because as our group's been growing, we want to kind of reintroduce our group and kind of tell a little bit of the why behind how this all came to be with Thirsty Pups. So I'll let Shay kind of tell us a little bit of the story.
Yes, beginning of the season, me and Casey, avid Wolves fans, and we love watching the game. We're calling each other and whatnot. Before one of the games, we're thinking, let's go watch the game somewhere, but we asked each other where. There's not really a location that's close to us, that has a lot of Wolves fans. So we went around and we wanted to not only provide a good experience for us watching the Wolves, but everyone else. So we went around talking to some bars, and we were lucky enough to come across Park Tav, who cares and values about Wolves fans. So they wanted to put together some specials and make Wolves fans feel welcome here. And then through doing trivia and some of the entertainment that we provide, we've been able to really grow a community of Wolves fans that, I think one of my favorite parts is people come in as individual Wolves fans and they come back or walk out of here with a little bit more of a community where they can make friends that are also Wolves fans and enjoy this experience together. So it's been a lot of fun for us bringing this together. We do a lot of trivia, giveaways. The fans are extremely passionate. I think we've had some Wolves in 4 chants. A lot of Nas Reeds going around, flying around there. But so that's kind of why we started. It's for the fans. It's for us to experience something greater, with this special team than sitting at home like we have been for the last 20 years. So, anything to add about our story?
I would say, I just think that hits on most things. I think a lot of fans could also look to even in the past years, sometimes it's hard to get a game changed when you go to a restaurant.
Right, trying to get a TV.
Exactly. So all of a sudden you're like, hey, now it's already the end of the first quarter. I'm still waiting for the Wolves game to get turned on by my TV. We wanted to just take that problem away from everybody, and then we also people wanted game audio. So we wanted try to do what we could to create a close and as much a fun experience as if you were at Target Center. We know that you're not at Target Center. We get it. But for those that have been to some of our playoff watch parties, you felt the vibes of a mini Target Center at a closer, more intimate level. And we did this for the community, and we've had a blast doing it, and we want to keep rolling through it, and then through the playoffs into next year and so forth. So it's been a success. A lot of thanks to all those that have also supported us from the beginning, but then have also just came out and just checked us out either once, twice, or have came numerous times. So I think it's been a success so far, similar to the Wolves season.
Exactly. And if you come to a watch party, you've been to a watch party, you haven't met us, come say hi. We try to say hi to everyone, make you feel welcomed here. But I think part of the reason why these events have been so special is the play on the court too, what we've been able to watch. And so maybe diving into Denver a little bit, I think just the level of effort that we have played with hasn't been matched by any team yet in this playoff, by an opponent. And for me, that's the most fun part to watch, is just a team that believes in each other, is a little delusionally confident with a leader like Ant. But I think you need that to make a deep run. You got to be able to see yourself doing that. So that confidence, I think that confidence even trickles down to Minneapolis and the state. I think we feel Minnesota nice. We might be Minnesota confident. I don't know what's going on, but that's the leadership that Ant brings. But I know Casey's got some stats here that he's going to walk through and talk a little bit more about the Denver series. But all in all, what a domination that we've been going through in this playoffs through these 6 games.
Absolutely. I think too, what I've noticed is, like you said, confidence. There was some fans, I know the real ones weren't as worried about the Suns series from the get-go, but the recency bias did scare some people. But I think what you notice is the business-like approach they took in Game 1 that just kind of kept following suit into Game 2, and then on the road to Game 3 and to Game 4, and then people are like, I'm not going to really doubt who our matchup is anymore because we know what type of defense and we know what type of effort that our squad's going to put out there every night,
That's our identity.
That's a huge thing. Obviously, we're still the number 1 defense. We're in the number 1 defense in the regular season, still number 1 defense in the playoffs. What's really been impressive, because this is the knock on the Wolves, coming into the playoffs. During the regular season, the Wolves were the 17th offense in the regular season. Now we're the number 1 offense. So regular season, we were 114.6 points per 100 possessions. Now we've bumped that up to 120. So we're playing at a higher, even more efficient clip. And obviously, these last 2 games against Denver, we've shot like over 50% from the field.
Right.
You know, Cat's shooting over 50% from three. So things are working. Last game, 19-2 on points off of turnovers. We all saw how flustered not only Joker was with his turnovers, Murray, Gordon, KCP, all of them. But
Mike Malone.
I think it was very evident, like when you watch, like you just saw a play that you just rarely ever see from Joker when he comes down the court and he throws it to where he thinks Gordon's going to be spotting up for a three, and it just throws it into the first round of the crowd, right? And then the other thing I think that we also need to remember with the officials, because I know that during the season we don't always get the best whistle, but we have to also remember that in the defense, if they want to swallow the whistle, that's only going to benefit our defense, because that's going to let us get our hands on guys a little bit more, irritate a little bit more, and then make that team even struggle more. So I wouldn't be so overly worried on the Wolves side if we're not getting that whistle early in the game, because we've seen that we can play through it, right?
And even if the whistle goes against us, our team is so deep and we have such a next man up mentality that, all right, Conley gets in foul trouble, Nas playing point guard. Rudy gets in foul trouble, we're bringing in another caliber starter in Nas. So I think we just have the resilience with our depth right now of if we're picking up the pace, being able to play hard and rotate. It just, the depth has helped us so much, which I think whistle goes for us against us. We have advantages all over Denver at this point, at least through these first two games. Yeah,
and then real quickly too, I mean, we're tip our caps to the Wolves. I mean, this has been so far a postseason of hardware. You know, Conley gets teammate of the award. Props to him. Nas Reed, right? Mr. Two Words gets Sixth Man of the Year. And then you get Rudy with the Defensive Player of the Year, third or fourth time, right? And then lastly, now Cat today gets the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, social justice, right? So I do want to point to this, because this is obviously a large due fact to Rudy, but also shows you the value of not only Rudy, but what this defense is doing. Because these two stats really stuck out to me, and it's from second spectrum.
Give it to us.
All right, here we go. So opponents attempted only 21% of their shots from inside the restricted area with Rudy on the court. So that's Rudy, Cat, everybody. That's the lowest in the league. And then also the Wolves held opponents to 56.6% on either dunks or layup attempts, which is the lowest rate in the league. So what we're basically saying is that layups and dunks are basically a 50-50 when Rudy's on the court, right? So like I said, like Shay was saying too, like we don't need to dive into what we need to do game 3, what we need to do game 4, matchups and so forth. You've seen how this series has been laid out. We know what's going to happen for the most part. It's going to come down to, can they make shots and can they keep their cool, or will we keep frustrating them? And we're going to be just fine. So why don't you hit us up with a little more details for a Friday night watch party tomorrow night?
Yeah, so coming through to you guys back at Park Tavern. We're on the patio right now. It's opened up. It's beautiful. You're going to have a lot more room back here than when it's been closed, but tip-off is at 8:30. We recommend getting there a little early.
I mean, probably a lot early on a Friday night.
Yeah, Friday nights, they get pretty busy, so try and get here a little bit early. We're going to have some drink specials for you, some new stuff, a lot of the same old stuff on the drink specials.
Trivia, first quarter, halftime, third quarter.
And those are for gift card giveaways, as well as some swag that you get with that as well. Other than that, I think, with how this team is playing, we're just going to let the game be the game. We're bringing the people here. We're getting you the specials. We're getting you the deals. And I think you get into an atmosphere like this where everyone's engaged in the game, everyone's cheering together. I mean, it's just so much fun being back here in a loud environment, high-fiving strangers and whatnot, and really just bringing this Wolves community together. So again, that's 8:30 tip tomorrow, Friday. So we look forward to seeing you guys here. We're going to have a lot of fun. Casey and I will be on the mic. Like we said, if you haven't met us, or if it's your first time coming, come by, say hi, introduce yourself. We love meeting everyone that comes and bringing.
We try to walk around and talk to the tables when we have time before the game. But just so you know, I mean, if anything, if you have questions or so forth, come up, grab us, tap us on the shoulder, and so forth. And we're happy to chat with fellow Wolves fans.
Exactly. So we're excited to see everyone. We're looking forward to a great game. Hopefully we come up with the same effort. I think Denver's going to try and swing back at us, right? But like Anthony Edwards said, they ain't the only ones punching.
Exactly.
So there we go. Hey, that's a wrap from us. We'll see you guys Friday night. Let's have some fun and go Wolves. Woo!